With summer around the corner, we're all getting ready for those hot, sweaty, humid days. And having a DIY misting system installed in an outdoor area is an easy and affordable way of keeping that area slightly cooler. These work on the principle that the ancient Egyptians used, evaporative cooling, or cooling air with water. Now these two systems are very similar. The Mistercool system has 5 nozzles pre-installed on a 10-meter length of hose, whereas this Mister allows you to position the nozzles where you want by simply cutting the tubing. The main difference here, 10 meters of hose versus 6 meters. So the kit contains a 10-meter roll of polyurethane tubing that is UV stabilized with the spray nozzles pre-installed. There is also a 3/4 inch standard garden tap adapter, some cable ties and cable clips for attachment, as well as the spray nozzles, which we will screw in shortly. So the first step is to screw in the stainless steel and brass spray nozzles into the pre-installed fittings. Now I'm just making these finger tight. Don't tighten them with a pair of pliers, you do run the risk of damaging the threads. Now to attach the 3/4 inch garden tap adapter, I find it easiest to pop the tubing into a mug of boiling water for a few seconds. It softens the rubber and makes it easier to press on. There we go. Now you'll notice I purposefully have not put on the last spray nozzle yet. The reason is I want to flush the pipe to get rid of any potential debris that may be inside. The little hole or orifice here is really small, and if they do get blocked, please don't try and poke them open with a needle. You do run the risk of damaging the head. Rather soak it in some diluted vinegar overnight, plug them back in the next day, and see if the water pressure can dislodge that dirt. Right, let's go and flush the system. Put the last nozzle in, and then we can try and measure how much water this mister will use. Now I've devised a really high-tech way of measuring the water consumption. We're going to put the entire mister into a bucket, run it for a minute, and thereby we can calculate the hourly consumption. "200 milliliters in a minute, that's 12 liters an hour, 1.5 toilet flushes. I'd say that's quite economical. Now the installation is really simple. I'm starting with the end of the line so that I don't run out of space against this aluminium beam. We're going to go all the way across and down the supporting beam. Now unfortunately the supplied cable ties are too short to go around these aluminium beams. You may need to get yourself a pack of longer cable ties, and if you are installing it to timber or masonry, make use of the supplied cable clips. Now while installing this, you don't want unnecessary twist in the pipe, so rather lay the pipe flat and adjust the nozzle to point downwards, ideally 2.5 to 3 meters above the ground. So we're done with the installation. Literally took 15 minutes. Let's go and switch it on. Oh, that feels lovely. Now these water droplets are really small. You're not actually going to get wet. It's just going to touch your skin, and evaporative cooling will cool you off. Just take note that the system works best at 3.5 bars or higher, and I do suggest you use municipal water. If you're using borehole or rain harvested water, you need a very fine filter, as the smallest grain of sediment is going to block these nozzles. Now remember, everything we've used today is available at Builders, either in-store or online at builders.co.za. For more videos like this, check out the blog on the website. Get to Builders, get it done.